For some, it's time to dance.
And others have something to prove.
They all share one common goal.
Welcome to March.
You gotta get a swag back.
How do you feel right now, Coach?
Go Cap.
CCC, baby.
And welcome to K-Nation.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Well, it's the best month of the year for basketball fans. We've got all the details on who's in, who's out, who's dancing, when, and where. Happy Selection Sunday to all who celebrate.
And it's all eyes on hoops, and that includes now women's hoops more than ever. Holly Kersketer sits down for an exclusive one-on-one interview on why she thinks her team, and quite frankly her sport, is worth your time and worth your money.
And we're talking more than just basketball tonight. Don't worry, a 4-0 week for both KU softball and K-State baseball. The Jayhawks with an accomplishment we haven't seen in nearly 2 decades. Well, welcome to K-Nation. Caroline Soro here alongside Glenn Kinley. And lucky St. Patrick's Day to us, not because we're wearing green, but because the brackets are set.
Don't worry, Caroline has the green heels on.
I do.
We don't want any pinches around here. The madness, though, about to begin. I would say it already has begun. Before we dive too far into those brackets, let's take a look at where our 4 teams landed today. The brackets reveal Kansas as a 4 seed, and the Jayhawks will get Samford in the round of 64 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Meanwhile, K-State men's basketball just left out of the big dance, missing the cut. The Cats instead will play in the NIT. K-State women's basketball will be a host as a 4 seed, and the opening 2 rounds will be in Manhattan, starting with Portland. And with a late season rally, KU women's basketball gets an 8 seed, playing 9 seed Michigan in the round of 64. That's your bones of what's on deck, but let's dig in deep now to who's going where and what a run in March might look like. Let's start, why not, with Bill Self's Jayhawks.
Of course. Well, this stat sounds maybe not so good, but rest assured it's actually a compliment when you think about it. The 4 seed is tied for the worst in the Bill Self era, which was in 2019. So that means that a down year is a top 16
Not
seed.
bad. Not bad.
No, not at all. It's the 34th straight season the Jayhawks are big dancing, the longest active streak by almost a decade. Bill Self says Hunter Dickinson is doing great and has practiced the last couple days, and hopefully Kevin McCullough Jr. will practice tomorrow. Here's Self on the matchup with Samford.
I think we got a hard draw. You know, when you think of Samford, you know, what have we labored with the most this year? It's teams that shoot a ton of threes, and then we have a hard time making up the difference. We didn't put ourselves in the best position, but there's a lot of teams out there that would love to be in the position that we're in.
So let's take a broader look for the Jayhawks. Not only could the Hawks end up facing Zach Edey's Purdue, that's if they get by the 16 seed this time, but their first-round opponent, boy, can they shoot the basketball. Coach Self mentioned it. The Bulldogs, though, average almost 10 threes a game. They're no BYU, but they're still pretty good. At 7th in the nation as far as three-point shooting percentage, shooting over 39% from beyond the arc. The Hawks, dead last in the Big 12, averaging just about 5 threes per game. On to the Wildcats. Despite Jerome Tang's passionate pitch for why his team deserved a bid in the big dance, K-State does not get the call. Still dancing, but not big dancing in the NIT instead for Tang's squad. They get 3-seeded Iowa in round 1 and possibly number 2 seed Utah if they were to win that first game. Tyler Perry won the NIT with North Texas last year, perhaps a little back-to-back, like a Jordan 96-97. K-State has now made the NCAA tournament just once in the past 5 years. Of course, that was last season when the Cats were 1 bucket away from the Final Four in Jerome Tang's first season.
Portland.
Well, let's look at the women's tournament now. Wow, that looks like fun. The Jayhawks earn a 8 seed and a trip to Los Angeles this weekend. Hawks don't get an easy draw, though. They square off against 9-seeded Michigan on Friday, and let me tell you, that team is no sleeper. Big Ten women's basketball is up there with Big 12 women's basketball, meaning it's not easy to pick up wins. KU went to the NIT last year, won the whole thing on their home floor in Lawrence, but this year they're ready for their chance in the big dance.
Last year was devastating because I think all indications were that we were going to get in. So it was really shocking. It was more of just an anticipation of who might our opponent be and where might we be going to play the game.
Well, he asked about it, and we got the answer for you. If KU wins, it could earn a second-round matchup with the top seed in its region. That's USC, who's also hosting, of course. The Hawks will have to get past the Wolverines first, though, a team that only allowed 63 points per game, which was the best mark in the Big Ten. Luckily, the Hawks averaged 68 a game against what we know is a really ruthless Big 12. Both teams went to one seeds in their lost, I should say, to one seeds in their conference tournament, but KU's been on a hot streak lately. The Jayhawks have won 9 of their last 11.
And how about this? Cats are fired up because K-State women's basketball gets the 4 seed and the right to host the first two rounds. Look out, Manhattan.
The Gap Goat going
dancing.
Yes,
that's been their goal all season long. The Gap Goat, I mean. But they got to get past Portland and 5 seed Colorado, and we're looking at a possible 3-match between the Cats and Iowa. Middy's squad beat Caitlin Clark and crew last year, this year, and lost at a neutral site. Some other big names, UC, UCLA, and LSU, but for now, they're just relishing the opportunity.
People always assume that we know more than we know, right? Coming into here, I found out the exact same time you guys did, and all the emotions that go into that, and know that we've had a team that's worked really hard, and as you mentioned, I love coaching this group. It's been a really special group to coach, and now we got another great opportunity.
We didn't know 4 or 5, and so every time it pops up, the 4 or the 5 seeds, I was, oh my gosh, my heart was beating. I was like, we can get the 4 though, we can get the 4, and turns out we did, and I couldn't be happier.
Not even a smile from the Gap Goat. He's locked in for March.
He is. He's ready to go. Ready for the tourney. And no game breakdown here because coming up later on K-Nation, March means hoops. And we're taking you in depth. Zach DeLoach in studio to talk the Cats bid, and Holly Kerskeeter explains how last year's NIT run prepped the Jayhawks for a bigger tournament this year.
But first, the only thing better than a win against a ranked opponent, 2 wins against a ranked opponent. The only thing better than that, I hope you can count. Get the brooms out. We're talking Jayhawks softball after this break.
Searching for a career in advanced manufacturing or industrial automation? Manhattan Area Technical College's new Industrial Engineering Technology applies science and engineering through theory and hands-on application of skills. Learn more at manhattantech.edu.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
At the Mattress Hub, we believe that healthy sleep has the power to change the way you live. Find these Sealy mattresses on sale up to 25% off. All this plus free delivery and our famous 1-year comfort guarantee. Sleep well and save big. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th in Kansas.
Blind Tiger Brewery, the place for steaks.
We not only brew award-winning fresh local beer, we also feature tender, mouth-watering steak.
USDA choice sirloin, ribeye, and filet. Hand-cut in the Blind Tiger kitchen and grilled to order.
Serving Topeka great food to family and friends for many years.
That's good.
Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th in Kansas.
Washburn University is proud to be a part of bringing you a special 27 News series, highlighting exceptional women in our local communities.
Watch Everything Woman on 27 News, sponsored by Sharp Honda, Topeka ER and Hospital, and Washburn University.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Break through to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
Well, welcome back to K-Nation. Kansas softball gave Coach Jennifer McFalls an extension last season, and the Jayhawks have been hot this year.
Yeah, when the going got tough this past weekend, the Hawks really got going at Arocha Ballpark. I hope you got out to check out some of this action because, boy, was it fun. Number 13, Baylor came to Lawrence thinking about earning a spot in the top 10, but instead left with 1, 2, 3 of these L's.
Wow.
A 3-2 upset win on Friday, a 2-0 Jayhawk win on Saturday, and today I don't even think we'll call it an upset anymore because I feel like they were expecting it. 1-0, the shutout with Katie Brooks in the circle. And by the way, it's the first ranked Big 12 series win since 2005 for Kansas, let alone a sweep.
Goodness.
Tack on that to a doubleheader sweep of Wichita State earlier in the week. You better believe Rock Chalk Park was a Rock Chalk party, and Casey Hamilton was playing host.
It's amazing. We talk about it every single year. Like, we need to come out here, and if we want to make a name for this program, we need to win series against good teams, and that's what we did today. And we're proving that we're about it. We're not just talking. Like, we're a good team and we're a good program.
And shout out to our director, Daria, who said she's only good in the booth back here. She can shoot video,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, she can, and she's good luck.
The Hawks have won 16 of their last 18 and will look to stay hot with a border war at home this Wednesday.
Well, speaking of the border war, that's how KU baseball began its week. A Tuesday outing against the Tigers, which was a heartbreaker.
Man.
2 runners on, down 1 in the 10th, and says strike 3, game over.
That was
Kansas
questionable.
lost 5-4. Don't let the outcome fool you, though. Some impressive pitching from Kansas. The Hawks staff struck out 18, its most in a single game since 2017. Hawks bounced back with a 14-4 win at Cincy on Friday, but lost yesterday and today. A chance for revenge, though, coming against Mizzou this Tuesday at Kauffman Stadium.
All right, a big week for the rivalries. Couldn't have asked for a much better week for the Batcats. Kansas State goes 4-0, beating South Dakota State midweek, and then a sweep of Missouri State over the weekend, including a pitching clinic for Owen Borma today. He goes 8 scoreless, allowing just 2 hits and hitting 1 batter, no walks. Yesterday, it was an 8-run 7th that boosted K-State. The Batcats 10-2 at home. Here's Pete Hughes on why.
These people show up, whether you're winning, whether you're losing, if it's raining, if it's cold. They just show up, and that's why it's such a pleasure to coach and to work, and our kids I speak for our kids, to play for them.
But this week, they'll have to get it done on the road. It's a return to ICT for former Shocker Chuck Ingram. That's Tuesday before a weekend series at Houston. Well, stick around because coming up after the break, KU's Holly Kurtzgeter tells us about what she'll remember most in her 5 years as a Jayhawk, and how she's seen this program develop during that time.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Jungle House has moved, and we would love to show you around our new digs. Bring a new friend to school with you that will add life to your dorm room or apartment. We have plans for all. Find us at our new location, 6 East 7th Street, Lawrence, Kansas.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
God's Storehouse has expanded. Shop with us at 2 locations, our current West store and now our East at 29th in California, opening March 2nd. We're a ministry-run thrift store serving our community, helping over 1,900 individuals with clothing at no charge and furnishing 310 homes in 2023, all while providing an affordable and valuable shopping experience. We offer free pickups of your gently used furniture and large items. Shop with us now at 2 locations. Thank you.
From The Tourist, Jamie Dornan. So what's like the hardest stunt you feel like you had to do?
Probably dancing.
How excited were you to get that script?
I was like, I thought we were friends.
Monday at 3 on 27 KSNT.
Big truck accidents have resulted in big money for our clients.
In a wreck, need a check? Call us today.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Well, welcome back to K-Nation. We now know when and where our women's basketball teams will be playing, and we've known that an integral part of this Kansas team is senior guard Holly Kurtzgeter.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite, too. I sat down with the program's career 3-point record holder earlier this week to talk about the upcoming big dance, but also some deeper topics about women's hoops as a whole. Listen in. All right, Holly, as you guys gear up for the NCAA tournament, you played a lot of games in this building, a lot of games in a Kansas uniform. I'm curious, looking back on your career, I know it's not over yet, but what will you remember most about being a Jayhawk?
I'm definitely going to miss playing in this building. You know, the fans. I probably miss my teammates a lot, you know, just being with them every day. I think we probably take that for granted, just being together, having, you know, these unplanned, like, priceless moments together all the time.
We know this is a place that loves basketball, but I think this year, and the last few years, but especially this year, this became a place that loved women's basketball too. How much have you seen Jayhawk fans rally behind your team?
Yeah, I don't even think it's just KU fans. I just think women's basketball is such a topic right now, and we have a lot to credit to that. What better place to benefit from that is Allen Fieldhouse, the place of basketball. So we really tried to just use that to our advantage. And as a fifth-year senior, who, you know, I knew those were my last few home games. You know, we kind of just looked around. We were like, you know, we're really grateful to have this. We never knew potentially that the program would be in this place, and we can say that we helped get it here. And we're just really grateful for that. And to leave it better than we found it is really all we wanted.
Even bigger than the program. I don't want to be like cliche, but I think there are like little girls in Kansas who are playing basketball, who are interested in basketball because of Holly Kurskeeter. Like, do you think about that? Like, again, I don't mean to be dramatic or anything, but I think that's true.
Yeah, no, definitely a little bit. You know, when they wait for us outside our locker room and things like that and give us, you know, little bracelets or whatever it is, you know, they'll grow up and find new people to be a fan of. The small impact it makes, it's a big deal, and it's moments we'll remember.
I have seen this season, not just with your program, but with women's basketball in general, and specifically with college women's basketball, more people angry online, and this might be a crazy take. I think it could be a good thing when people are mad that you missed a three or that Coach Brandon didn't call a timeout, because it means that they care. KJ Adams does something wrong, it's like, how could he do this? And when you guys do something wrong, it's like, it's okay. The ladies are trying their best. It's like, I think people should have that expectation for you. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, social media is an entirely different world, and now that women are even in the face of it, because, you know, we used to not even be on that, and people didn't even care, like you said. So baby steps. People are slowly starting to perceive us and think about us and kind of respect our game in a way that they haven't before. And I think the biggest takeaway is, you know, when I go on social media, which I don't often, I don't want people to feel like, oh, I need their sympathy and the girls are trying their best. And I don't need you to feel bad for me. I do this because I do this, and I want to be part of this team, and I want to help this team, not because I necessarily want to have the most fans or have the biggest crowds. I think that's what people don't understand is, you know, as women, we come from this disadvantage, and they think that, you know, we're trying to fix that. We're just trying to fix sports. You know, we want people to watch us because we're fun to watch, not because we want equality.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, though. It's like this idea of don't watch women's sports because you want to be fair or because you want to treat us right. Watch women's sports because we're pretty dang good at basketball.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I watch football because I love football. We just want people to know that they're missing out on something.
Yeah, switching back a little bit to the tournament, upcoming tournament for you guys, how do you balance, if you lose, it's your last game, can be a good thing and like the sense of urgency and the desperation that you play with, but it also, you don't want it to become like pressure in a bad way. How can you walk that line of urgency but not putting too much pressure on yourself?
I mean, that's just March. It's super hard. Like you said, you don't want to create this bubble of like, oh, well, it could possibly be my last game, so I can't make mistakes. I can't do anything wrong. Everything is worth more, and we're fighting for that much more and to advance. But if you do it correctly and you really value what you got, then it makes it that much more fun. When you're in the middle of conference season and you've played 2 or 3 games that week.
You can say it's must win, but it's not must win.
Right. But now that it's March and it's, you know, win or go home, it's a different mindset, but I love it. I think it's the best thing about it, and you'll see it all around the country, games being played.
You know what's next for you? Are you exploring pro opportunities? Are you joining Coach Brandon's staff? I know you're a journalism major. We are hiring if you want. You're going to steal my job.
I've thought about several different things. Basically, I told myself I didn't want to limit it to one thing. Just because I try something doesn't mean that down the road I can't try something else. So I don't know if basketball's in the future. Something I valued coming into college in the first place was, you know, even though you're playing basketball, you're here to graduate college. Everything has a time and place, and we'll figure it out. So.
All right, Holly, sweet. Good luck in March.
Thank you.
Don't say this to everybody, but I think we're grateful for the impact you made here, and then obviously, of course, grateful that you're sat down for the interview.
Thank you.
Yeah. Always good to talk with Holly, and of course we're hoping that she's got a handful more games left as a Jayhawk.
Yeah, definitely. One last run.
All right, coming up after the break on K-Nation, we're talking K-State women's basketball, and it's a historic bid for the Cats. The man on the beat, Manhattan Mercury's Zach DeLoach in studio. Up next.
Honey, what are you doing?
What? I just fixed the leaky chimney.
Call Certified Fireplace and Chimney. We fix leaky chimneys properly.
Come on home to West Loop and Manhattan's West Side.
PowerCat Sports Grill, where friends, fans, and families watch every game.
One stop, Little Apple Toyota, Little Apple Honda.
Heart and vascular clinics, complete cardiovascular care close to home.
Visit some old friends, discover some new. Come home to West Loop and Manhattan's West Side.
JML Engraving Manhattan provides quality service you can count on. JML can add that personal touch to your gifts, trophies, and special occasions. JML Engraving, celebrating victories in life.
Start your Friday with a donut. Fox 43 AM Live and Circle Coffee Company are giving away donuts every week to a lucky business. We'll draw a winner on Wednesday and deliver the treats on Friday. Sign up your business today for a chance to win. Sponsored by Circle Coffee Company.
We really have the best people in the field that 100% want to work hard for children and families. And so it's a joy to come to work. And knowing as you're building relationships with parents, you have a lifelong impact, not only for the child that you are working with, but for the entire family.
Emotionally, they've basically taken a weight off my shoulders by helping out with the things that they help with. They're not just therapists. They're like a second family to us.
Do you have water damage from storms? Give Certified Fireplace and Chimney a call before the damage gets worse. We'll inspect your chimney inside and out. Then we'll make any necessary repairs. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Certified Fireplace and Chimney today.
Well, welcome back to K-Nation. Earlier in the show, we told you we would break down K-State women's tournament bid, and we have a special guest here today for that.
That's right. Joe Lenardi really wanted to be on the show. Instead, Zach DeLoach of the Manhattan Mercury is here. You've been on the K-State women's basketball beat all year, even last year, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's talk about their draw. I think the obvious storyline is that there's a rematch with Iowa that could happen, but they got to win a few to get there. Opening thoughts, what do you think?
Big deal for them is getting to host. That was kind of throughout this week the interesting storyline, or was will they, won't they? They were riding that line between a 4 seed and a 5 seed. They came up today as a 4 seed. We kind of thought that maybe it was because Gonzaga would get bumped off the 4 line, but it's actually Colorado who got bumped off the 4 line, and Colorado is coming to Manhattan as a 5 seed.
Yeah, it makes for an interesting thing there. Do the Buffs then kind of have a little bit of motivation? Hey, we wanted to be playing out in Boulder for this, right? I mean, that's kind of an interesting one. When we look at the matchup for K-State, I don't know how much film you've watched on their opponents yet. What stands out to you about not necessarily their first round game, but just their region and who they might play?
Well, Portland is interesting because the reason we thought Gonzaga might get bumped was because they lost to Portland in the West Coast Conference Championship game. So Portland's obviously, familiar with what it takes to slay a giant. And then Colorado is a team that really announced itself this season by beating LSU by a lot at the start of the season, the defending national champion. And then Drake is the 12 seed that Colorado will play, and they've won a lot of games this year. They kind of live and die by the 3. They shot, I think, 49 3-pointers in their conference semifinal game. If that's a team that K-State gets to match up with, I think K-State's 3-point defense is going to benefit them.
And the fact that they have that one girl, Iokley. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But, that's all down the road. You got to, coaches would say, you got to take care of Portland
one
first.
game at a time.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
with how good this region is, how big of a deal is it from your perspective for the Cats to be at home?
It's absolutely huge. K-State's so good at home. They're 15-1 this season. They were pretty good at home last year as well. The fans show up to Bramlage. I know it's something that the players really wanted. They love playing in Bramlage, getting that community support. And so getting to have that is just going to be an incredible advantage for them.
Let's talk about Iowa in case it happens. not many teams beat Caitlin Clark in the Iowa Hawkeyes. K-State did it, but I want to remind people they did so in Iowa City. Talk to me about that. What is it about K-State and Iowa? Are they just in their heads, or why do they match up well?
They seem to match up well, and K-State also beat Iowa last year without Aoka Lee when Iowa still had Caitlin Clark, and they did also lose to Iowa earlier this year too. Right. I don't know what it is. They just seem to match well, and they get up to play big games.
Right. Let's talk about the season outlook as a whole. I think that 20-1 was the start to the season. Since then, I'm by no means saying they haven't been good, but they haven't been the 20-1 team that was ranked number 2 in the country. What's been different? They lost Lee, they got her back, and they seem to struggle to find their groove once she got back on the court.
For sure. I think that losing Lee totally changes how K-State has to play. They don't have someone they can just plug into Lee's role. So it definitely changed the way that they played without her. Then they got her back, and they have to change back to how they played before she was before her injury.
When she's that impactful, it's an adjustment to go from just we don't have this player who can score 61.
Right. And as Coach Mitty said today after their watch party was that she hasn't been able to practice very much coming back from injury, which means the players around her haven't gotten to practice much with her.
Yeah.
And she's playing with injuries in both ankles. And there's a big difference between being healthy enough to play and being 100% healthy.
Absolutely. Zach, we appreciate your time. Perhaps we'll get you back on here if they make a little bit of run in March. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I think my chair's been getting lower and lower this whole interview. We're going to go to break before I'm sitting on the floor, but more K-Nation comes your way right after this timeout.
Tax time is now at AutoNow. Use your refund toward a new ride with easy approval. Get a super low down payment. You could even qualify for zero down. Apply at AutoNowKS.com and get approved for your new ride now.
Hi, Clay Sherwood here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute.
And they want to make sure that you live your best pool life by keeping your pool clear with Pool Life chemicals. Let swims and sweeps keep you cool this summer.
Take one.
If you've been injured in a car accident,
don't wait to get the help you need.
Hey, you're Devon James.
That's right.
Who's Devon and who's James?
Devon's a good-looking one.
Take two.
We will win your case, or you pay us nothing.
Hey, you want to be in our commercial?
Sure. You know what to do.
Car wreck, Devon James wins. Don't wait, dial 8.
That was amazing.
She's better than you, Dustin.
Fidelity State Bank and Trust, Topeka, empowering customers since 1922.
If you're looking at doing some remodeling to your home, debt consolidation, college tuition, your equity is there. We are offering competitive rates and terms on home equity loans. It's a great way to let your equity in your home work for you.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
I've been dying to take up bridge.
Said no one ever.
Next Live with Kelly and Mark. Palm Royale's Ricky Martin. Plus, Bush performs.
Monday at 11 on 27 KSNT.
Get a super low down payment at AutoNow. Shop over 600 high-quality pre-owned vehicles, all with our 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. You can drive with confidence. Apply at AutoNowKS.com and get approved for your new ride now.
March Madness, more than any other time of the year, means you could make a whole bunch of money or lose a whole bunch of money. Most of you probably will end up on the latter half, but I'm not judging because maybe so will I. We got betting odds for you, though. According to ESPN Bet, KU men's basketball, an 8.5-point favorite over Samford in the round of 64. The Jayhawks have 40-1 odds to win it all. Bet $1, win 40.
And for the women's teams in the tourney, 4-seed K-State has 50-1 odds to win it all. Bet $1, win 50. And KU women are 100-1. That's bet $1, win 100.
And my lock of the tournament, Nick Timberlake, the tournament's most valuable player. This is not betting advice. Don't take my advice.
Not the legacy game
it won't
comment
work out
again.
For you. Thanks for watching K-Nation.
Have a great night.
Gabby, look, it's your twin. Being a part of winning a series with this team and winning a series over a ranked team was really special.
It's not a pressure situation. That's a, hey, let's get back in this thing and not look back.